President Muhammadu Buhari reveals fertilizer price downwards. Zulum donate house 20 million naira to slain commander's wife. Governor Bagudu commissions 2 world-class blocks at Sir Yahya Memorial Hospital. On business, only you can deposit foreign exchange cash into your domicile account. And on the international scene, President Buhari says UN has remained true to the aspirations of founders. Hello and welcome to Svtv News. I am Musa Joy Unyoza. The price of fertilizer has been reviewed downwards from 5,500 naira to 5,000 naira per bag as ordered by President Muhammadu Buhari. This is in line with the Buhari administration policy of encouraging the populace to return to the farm. For more on the stories, over now to our correspondent, Aguirita.
The Food Security Council made a disclosure while briefing reporters at the end of the body meeting presided over by the Chief of Staff to the President, Prof. Ibrahim Gabiri, yesterday in Abuja. Vice Chairman of the Council and Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu said the decision followed normalization of production of the commodity since the reopening of Indoma plant in Rivers State short after the COVID-19 pandemic claimed some life. Governor Abubakar Badru of Shigawa State, who represents the Northwest in the council, said the council observed that the bulk purchase for palliative was one of the factors that triggered increase in price of food nationwide. He therefore expressed confidence that the situation could normalize after the harvest season. Governor Badru made the observation while addressing the media alongside his platoon counterpart and representative of North Central, Simon Landlong. Jigawa Chief Executive said the trail of coalition against COVID-19, federal and state governments were involved in the mass buying as part of measures to mitigate the adverse effects of the disease. I'm Aguirita, reporting for Svtv News Gusau.
The federal government has announced its decision to take over the control of revenue management of its 10 most lucrative enterprises, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. Nigeria Tribune reported that the new initiative, which was announced on Tuesday, September 22, was as a result of the government dwindling revenues and heavy debt burden and the need to boost the resources. For more on the story, over now to our correspondent, Dahiru Sumaila Mafara.
Other enterprises affected are the Nigerian Port Authority (NPA), Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), and the Nigerian Customs Service (NSS). Others are Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC), Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR), Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC). The rest are Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria (FAN) and the Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC). The decision was announced by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed. The minister said government was increasingly concerned with the dwindling profit of revenue and that the trend has to be quickly arrested, particularly with the key revenue-generating agencies of the government. Meanwhile, the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, said the vision of this initiative is to achieve transparency and accountability of government revenue with a view to providing a sustainable source of funding for budget execution. The policy is a reform initiative aimed at generating more revenue and associated remittance into the government treasury. That has been the report. Dahiru Samaila Mafara, Standard Voice Television.
The National University Commission on Tuesday released new directives to Vice Chancellor of Nigerian Universities for the safe reopening of schools in line with COVID-19 health protocol. This followed a significant decline in the number of recorded cases of COVID-19 in the country. Over now to our correspondent, Peter Phillips.
The Nigerian University Commission gave the directives in a memo addressed to the Vice Chancellors, signed by its Director, Executive Secretary's Office, Chris Mayaki, issued to the journalists on Tuesday in Abuja. It directed the universities to conclude their resumption arrangements in line with the guidelines of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as well as other existing NUC assurance and guidelines. The NUC said the Presidential Task Force team on COVID-19 has indicted that there is significant reduction in the number of COVID-19 infections in the country. The Federal Ministry of Education has accepted requests of the National Universities Commission for universities to firm up arrangements towards the immediate resumption of the academic activities. Universities should expect inspection visits from staff of the Commission and the Ministry of Education for on-the-spot inspection of physical facilities such as the lecture theatres, accommodation, healthcare facilities. Universities must continue to adhere to the safety protocols and the NCDC guidelines, which are very much in force. Peter Phillips, reporting for SVTV News, Gusau.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum has donated a house and 20 million naira to the widow and children of the late Colonel Dahiru Bako, who died from wounds sustained while battling Boko Haram terrorists. The governor made the announcement at the burial of the late commander in Maiduguri on Tuesday. In a statement titled Borno Governor Zulum Donate House 20 million naira to the late Colonel D.C. Bako's widows, orphans, Zulum paid a glowing tribute to the deceased. Colonel Bako, described by the governor as a fallen warrior, was the commander of 25 Task Force Brigade of Operation Lafiadole, in charge of Damboa and the surrounding axis in southern Borno. He died at a military hospital in Maiduguri on Monday. Governor Zulum added, "It is a very sad moment. This is not a loss to the family of the late Colonel Dahiru Chiroma Bako alone, not to the Nigerian military. It is a loss to Borno and indeed Nigeria." Colonel Bako was a gallant and dogged military officer under whose watch Damboa was never defeated. He is humble and committed to discharging his duty. He is part of the success recorded in degrading Boko Haram insurgency in Borno State. The Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi has promised to always accord the traditional institution with respect, describing it as agent of grassroots development, hence the desire of his administration to always fill vacant stools promptly. Governor Fayemi said this on Tuesday at the presentation of staff of office and instrument of appointment to the new Olori of Ori Ekiti, Oba Adeniran. This ceremony was held at a conference hall of the governor's office, Ado Ekiti, in line with COVID-19 protocols. The governor urged Oba Adeniran to see his new position as a call to duty to serve his people and move the town forward. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has said for the African Continental Free Trade Agreement to yield expected results, same must be backed by requisite legal framework, right policies, and robust implementation. Mr. Lawan made this known when he received a visiting delegation from the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat led by its newly elected Secretary General Wamkele Kipsray Mini on Tuesday in Abuja. The Senate President, who was represented by the Deputy Senate Leader, Mr. Ajayi Borofai, said the intent behind Nigeria's decision to sign the agreement on July 7, 2019, during the 12th Extraordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government in Niamey was to benefit Africans on the continent and outside it. According to Lawan, aside facing the challenges of unemployment and underemployment, which have been a trigger for both regular and irregular migration, the economies of African countries have been characterized by low productivity, reduced efficiency, and the problem of limited resources. Kebbi State Governor Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu on Tuesday commissioned two newly constructed story buildings comprising a world-class pediatric medical ward at the Premier Specialist Hospital, Sayahaya Memorial Hospital, Breeding Kebbi, which was established since 1954. Governor Bagudu, who was represented at the airport-making event by the Health Commissioner Alhaji Jafar Mohammed, said that the project was part of the ongoing rehabilitation of all hospitals across the 21 local governments in the state. According to the governor, the project was executed by the state government with a view to increasing the capacity of intake of patients, saying that was why it was upgraded to a 350-bed capacity from the previous 200 beds. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has denied reports that he and some members of his family are under the United States of America watch list, describing same as recycled false allegations. Media reports surfaced on Monday to the effect that the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network fixing an agency of the United States Department of Treasury has flagged some transactions linked to the top politician as suspicious in its surveillance of money movement within the international system. Reacting to the media, the 2019 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), in a statement signed by his media aide, Paul Ibe, said neither him nor any member of his family has breached any law locally or internationally. For the avoidance of doubt, Atiku Abubakar is not under any U.S. watch list. Neither has he been charged or will ever be charged by the United States Justice Department or any other in a foreign jurisdiction. President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday urged Kaduna State indigents to cooperate with government and security agencies to secure peace and harmony, stressing that development will only take place when energies are collectively channeled to building instead of destruction of lives and properties. He urged the people to live together as brothers and sisters because without peace, development cannot take place. The president noted at virtual opening of the 5th Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit with the theme CAD Invest 5.0 Infrastructure, Industrialization and Innovation. This is a further affirmation of the ranking of the state as number 1 for ease of doing business by the World Bank's Doing Business Report 2018. President Buhari called on the Kaduna State government to keep up this laudable effort and surpass the impressive results already attained. He noted that the success of state government in attracting investment, creating jobs, and increasing their internally generated revenues would be critical to the development of the entire country. The president congratulated the Kaduna State government for making CAD Invest a regular fixture on the investment calendar held annually since 2016. A Nigerian man, Iwoke Agulu, has said that he had to present a forged medical report to escape a wedding that would cost him 4 million naira. The proposed groom added that the lady he was dating asked that he must pay a 1 million naira deposit because she would need to sell clothes for the ceremony. The fake report he got showed that he is AS, making him medically incompatible with the lady. Woki said that everything went sour with the relationship when she told him that he would have to budget 4 million naira for their wedding. According to him, the lady said that he would have to deposit a sum of 1 million naira into her account for the expenses, adding that she would need to sell Aswebi. On seeing the report and knowing a marriage between two AS people is unadvisable, they both cried and broke up. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let me quickly take you to our business desk for the business update.
Welcome to Standard Voice Business Update. If you travel to the United Kingdom and urgently need some foreign exchange to fund your debit card, you have to return to Nigeria, buy the dollar, pay into your card, and return to UK to continue your shopping, says the Central Bank of Nigeria. According to an inter-memo sent by the cable, foreign cash lodgement into the monetary accounts can only be done by the account owners. The memo said the new guidelines are necessary to review the utilization of inflows into customer depository accounts. Foreign exchange inflow cannot be credited to customers until the legitimacy of fund is established. They can have unfettered access by telegraphic transfer up to a limit of $4,000 monthly for payments of medical bills, school fees, subscription to professional bodies subject to existing CBN guidelines. Transfer from one customer to another is prohibited. Transfer within related companies is allowed subject to a limit of $50,000 per month. It's recommended that procedures from non-oil exports should be sold to bank, used for repayment of dollars from loan, and self-utilizations for trade transactions for LC bills and Form A. Still on business. National President of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Edachinedo Koronko, has asked the federal government not to tamper with the Petroleum Equalization Fund as it belongs to the marketers. Speaking at a press conference at his headquarters at Osokoro in Abuja, he said there's a rumor that the Petroleum Equalization Fund could be expunged. A lot of the members' money is still in that fund. The management of PEF has not eaten the money. He distanced IPMAN from the recent protests in Port Harcourt, saying that some people who are not members of the association in any way and any standard claim to be members by joining other groups to protest against government. And that has been on Sana Voice Business Update. I'm Ogwa Rita.
And on the international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday hailed the United Nations for remaining true to the aspirations of its founders, saying the international organization has continued to play the crucial role of fostering global peace and security. The president joined world leaders at a virtual event to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations. Due to the global COVID-19 pandemic, the UN for the first time convened world leaders in a virtual format for the high-level meetings and the annual general debate. In his video message to the UN at 75 event, President Buhari amplified Nigeria's achievement at the UN since 1960, when the country officially joined the organization. He highlighted the country's active contribution in human, financial, and material resources to several United Nations peacekeeping operations, among other priorities. Today's celebration is a remarkable milestone in the history of the United Nations, which afforded the country the opportunity to review its progress and challenges as well as chart the course for its future. Still on the international scene, Nigeria will continue to partner with the World Health Organization and some countries to ensure accelerated development and manufacturing as well as the uninhibited supply of safe and effective coronavirus vaccine to all, President Muhammadu Buhari declared on Tuesday. Delivering Nigeria's national statement via video message on the first day of the 75th session of the UN General Assembly debate, President Buhari pledged Nigerians' commitment to working with member states in the spirit of global cooperation and solidarity to promote human health and general well-being. For more on the story, over now to our correspondent, Ibrahim Dosara.
President Muhammadu Buhari said the theme of this year's General Assembly is "The Future We Want, the United Nations We Need," reaffirming our collective commitment to multilateralism, confronting coronavirus through effective multilateral action. The President also described the theme of the General Assembly as most appropriate and timely, noting that it captures the common desire for a renewed and revitalized organization in need of multilateral approaches to the many challenges facing the world. He said the future we want must guarantee human rights, human dignity, human prospects, and prosperity. The President also said the principles of leaving no one behind and doing no harm must be expressed through accountability, strategic growth initiatives, and elimination of threat of all kinds. I am Ibrahim Dosara reporting for SVTV News.
Amidst international concerns on the activities of terrorists and violent extreme groups in the Northeast, the United Nations has commended the federal government effort to improve humanitarian support in the region, saying the Buhari administration has taken important steps to improve access to people in need. Lately, some international humanitarian non-governmental organizations have expressed worry on their inability to operate effectively and distribute relief materials in part of the Northeast because of security concerns, especially in some remote areas of Borno State. In a bid to reverse the trend and ensure effective access to vital food supplies, the Humanitarian Affairs Minister, the National Security Advisor, and members of the National Humanitarian Coordination Committee escalated the matter to the President. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari reveals fertilizer price downwards. Zulum donate house 20 million naira to slain commander's wife. Governor Bagudu commissions 2 world-class blocks at Sir Yahya Memorial Hospital. On business, only you can deposit foreign exchange cash into your domicile account. And on the international scene, President Buhari says UN has remained true to the aspirations of founders. That's the news on behalf of the production crew and Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Alhaji Ibrahim Karubatuna. I still remain Musa Joy Onyoda. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.